Welcome back to another episode of Systeme.io Success Stories. Today, we're going to be hearing about the success of our friend Leandros Karaiskakis from Greece and how he has grown from 15 when he was first introduced to CRMs and software information and was going door to door selling product to actual small businesses to now he lives in Bali living that financial freedom life selling online business courses, ebooks, webinars, and has learned it all from scratch from one little book. I'm excited to dive into another success story built on funnels and systems. Well, here we are with another Systeme.io success story, and I have with us all the way from Bali and Greece and this international traveler. I can't wait to dive into this episode with him. Leandros Karaiskakis, and here we go diving into funnels and network marketing and how you can also live your dream with a digital marketing and online business. Well, welcome, Leandros. I'm really excited to dive into this, and
Yes,
thanks for joining me.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's a great honor and pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to talk with you and see where it takes.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so before we jumped on, you actually shared a little bit of your backstory about how you got started. And before we dive deeper into it, you're actually doing a lot of international work with your digital marketing business. But before that, and I think a lot of people will probably resonate with this, at least here in our American market, you started in network marketing. Can you tell me how,
Yes.
one, you started network marketing and how that led to Systeme.io?
Yeah, so it's a nice little story. I started when I was 15. I got introduced to the space like from some books from Robert Kiyosaki, and I learned all about how you can like become a business owner, have your own business, do your thing, have freedom. And at around 16 years old, my dad actually joined first network marketing business that was popular at that time in Greece because I'm from Greece. And he kind of like introduced me to. So I found it really cool because they had software for businesses that help small and medium sized business owners market their business. They offered like CRM, automated webinars, like tools for coaches, a lot of different things. And I found it cool. I thought it was cool because I was a little bit like tech savvy. I like software, I like computers, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to join and promote that software. That was around it was an American company, but it was all around the world. I had the opportunity to bring it to Greece, start like building websites, start helping businesses grow, and also promote to other people who would essentially be doing the same because it's network marketing. So yeah, at that time, that was like my main focus, my main income stream.
Okay. Now, when you said that you would take this software to companies, how were you doing the legwork? How was the marketing happening? Were you actually having to call people, walk up to businesses, or was it all via the internet?
At that time, it was literally door to door. Like I
Hmm.
would go out in my neighborhood and just introduce myself, say what I do, say what services I provide. Mostly I would lead with like website building because a lot of businesses at that time before COVID, they didn't have a website, they didn't know how to make it, they didn't know why it was important. So I would just straight up go door to door, ask them like, do you need a website? And I would do it essentially for free. Like
Yep.
that software, I could resell it for like 80% markup, and that would be my commission. And I could just go there, do it for free, and they would buy the software. I would build the website and get the commission. That was like the first part, door to door. After that,
I
I was doing, sorry?
Yeah, I love that. Actually, can we sit in that for a minute because
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think things have I don't think things have shifted too much because I've been doing research. I work with a lot of stay-at-home mothers who want to get online, and I hear even today in 2025 after COVID, I need a website. I need a
Mhm.
website. Do you still see that same problem today in your business?
Yes and no.
Oh,
So the thing now is that businesses, coaches, influencers, people who are selling anything are more aware because there's more information. I think there was a big shift in like uh, customer mentality after COVID because a lot of people stayed at home. They had nothing to do, so they researched about funnels, about websites, about e-shops, like all of that nice stuff. And I think now you have more information, but
mhm.
because you have more information, you have more people who are interested to do that. So yeah, I think it's a bigger opportunity, but you will not be the first. So you have to work harder to stand out.
I love that. You hit the nail on the head for sure. You're saying there's more awareness. So, talking about funnels, even just on a broad spectrum, there's a lot of top of funnel for a lot of people. Everyone knows about websites, funnels, but who do you trust? So, tell me about
Yeah.
what took you from hitting door to door and actually creating your own personal brand with your digital marketing. Like, what led you to making it your brand and not network marketing?
Yeah. So at first, I couldn't make it my brand because that was the software I used. That was the software I knew. So it was really difficult to take like a business and build their website on Wix or WordPress or something else because it would take me months to learn that. So
Mm.
the shift from door to door, cold calling, building websites, doing marketing, doing Facebook ads, like basically doing everything, uh, to doing funnels, doing automated systems, doing paid ads, doing content came later. So I told you at around 16, I was doing all of this legwork, as you said it, with building websites, approaching businesses, doing presentations for network marketing prospects. And later, at around 18, 19 years old, I discovered funnels. And basically, I was introduced to that concept by Russell Brunson, one of the greats of the space. And I was impressed because I saw a way on how I can run my business without needing to approach customers daily, personally. So for the first time, I saw that you could actually build a system that
Yeah.
does the outreach for you and does the converting for you. Because
Yeah.
before, the only thing I could do was just go to a business, convert them, convince them, give them like offers or discounts, explain the perks. A lot of people didn't even know what even is a website. And they would literally tell me, like me and my dad, because we were together, we have nowhere to put this website. They thought that it was like a stock item that you put on shelves and you sell it. So
Yeah.
you can imagine.
Yeah. You're
So
like,
to go,
uh, you had to educate before you could even sell.
yeah, you're having a mini stroke at that moment because it's really hard to educate people one on one.
Mhm.
And when I found out, like through the book.com secrets, I don't know if you're
Mhm.
aware of it, it's like
Yeah.
one of the best sellers in the space. And I found out like, wow. So you can approach 1,000 people a day, 10,000 people a day,
Yeah.
and your sales copy, your sales letter will convince them to buy.
Yeah.
And you can do this forever, like not with one offer, not with one product, but with many, and do it
Yeah.
again and again and again and again. That was the shift. That was like the big change. And it happened later when I was, I think, yeah, like around 19 years old.
Hmm.
And at that moment, my network marketing business was really drying up. I mean, throughout
Yeah.
all of those 3 years from 16 until 19, roughly, I was struggling to make money because it was really difficult to approach people and get money. Okay, so after 19, I was 99% ready to quit the business.
Mm.
And I didn't like it anymore. Like, I didn't feel like I could achieve the freedom that I've always wanted. The freedom, the type of freedom that they show you on social media that you can travel, you can do
Yeah.
things that you like whenever you like them, you can have like nice things, you can see new things, new cultures. And I've always been a traveler at heart.
Yeah.
So I knew that if I stick to the the network marketing business, even if I didn't do door to door, of course I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that. I would still need to do calls. I would still
Mhm.
need to do presentations. I would still need to do follow ups all through the phone. I would have to go to company events and seminars and whatever. So I could never
Yeah.
have what I wanted. And at that time, like the little, how do you call it? Like the drop that made the water overflow and changed everything for me was my very, very, very first funnel. My first
Mhm.
funnel, it was like a small webinar around 45 minutes that I did live to the people that follow me on social media. Because throughout the years, I built a small social media following, mainly
Mhm.
on YouTube and then on TikTok, because I was like documenting my journey to
Yeah.
making it online, essentially.
I love that.
And yeah,
So
it
so
was
let's
nice.
tie that let's you you learn from network marketing. You use social media marketing as your way to push people to this brand new funnel. I think there's multiple things here that I can't wait to dive into. You know, you're using this network marketing tool, but now you're going to actually do a funnel. You know about .com. Which direction did you go first? Like there's a lot of options out there. You now know how to build a funnel. You have social media marketing. What were your next steps? Like how did you find the software program for your first funnel and how did you
Yeah.
pull people in? Like can you explain your very first tiptoe into the water of digital marketing for yourself with funnels?
Yeah, I'm smiling because at that time I was actually so overwhelmed. Now,
Mhm.
the software that I use that I actually promoted before from my network marketing business, I also use it for myself, like the CRM, the mailing software, the automated webinars, the live webinars, all of that. I use that for myself. And
Mm,
here comes the problem because at that time, those like programs, those softwares, those apps were not connected to each other. So they were sold
mm,
from the same company. But if you wanted to host an evergreen webinar or a live webinar, you couldn't connect that with your CRM. And I was looking for a solution like everywhere on social media. I think a lot of people will relate to this because I was just basically spending all of my time on YouTube looking for alternatives. I looked through so many funnel builders, CRM management systems, whatever. All of them were super expensive. They had like weird looking free plans or free trials that limited how many contacts you can have and really didn't let you do anything unless you paid. And I remember I came across a video on YouTube, I think, from a guy who promoted Systeme.io. And that's the first time I found out about this platform. And I was really, really impressed with the free plan. I could do everything I wanted, like everything for free. And I'm like, okay, like let's try. Honestly, if I hadn't found Systeme.io, I would have never done my first funnel. And of course, I
wow.
would have never imagined to be here talking to you. So at that time, I remember I was so impressed. I went all in. I was like, okay, I'm gonna build this funnel. We'll see how it goes. If I make
Yeah.
some money with this little thing, we can quit network marketing because at that time, network marketing was like my safe bet.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's how it all went. I built everything on system with the free plan, and I never regretted it.
Never regret. You went out the gate with System.io. That's amazing.
Yeah,
And so you didn't even build a
I tried some other things like ClickFunnels and others, but they
yeah.
were so complicated, so expensive, so like uh, system was the best and still is.
I really appreciate that because I really do see that that is such a missed opportunity for a lot of people who are stepping into funnels and marketing and websites. And so I'm going to ask you this. Did you build the funnel first without a website? Just the funnel? Or did you build a website that led to a funnel? Like how did you figure that piece out?
So at that time, I didn't really know how to use all of these tools,
Mhm.
and I built everything from scratch. I didn't even have a domain name. I built the
Hmm.
funnel on Systeme.io. I didn't even migrate my contacts from the other CRM to the new one because my subscription had expired. So yeah, I just built it there. I built a small opt-in page for registration, basically to the live webinar, and that was everything. Like one opt-in page and one thank you
I, and that's what I'm talking about. Like it's so simple. So
page. Yeah,
simple. And you don't need all the bells and whistles for a website. You don't need a home page and a service page and about page. And you didn't need anything. You were like, well, I have an offer. Let me just make it very clean cut. Here's my offer. Here's my funnel. And so tell us about your funnel. What was your first funnel and what did you learn from that? Any lessons learned and how you have shifted since then?
yeah. So the first funnel was a live webinar. So essentially, what I did is that I promoted it to a small YouTube channel that I had. I've been doing social media. I've been growing some small following, and I decided to just try the live webinar because I was familiar with it from doing all of these like door-to-door approaches and cold calling, network marketing. It was the most familiar, I guess. And yeah, I just built it there. Maybe 200 people signed up. The website, not the website, the landing page was so bad, so bad. I remember the the final domain was like L Karaiskakis, my last name, .system.io,
Yep.
and I don't know how people bought in, but yeah, 200 people subscribed. And then from those 200 people, 10 days later, I did the live webinar. Around 100 people joined. At that time, I couldn't even record. Like, I didn't know how to record or just push the recording, I guess. So from those 100 people, 22 bought the main offer. And I had one more upsell, which was basically a call with me, like a Zoom call with me, and maybe like
Wow.
few people bought that. So yeah, that was like the first time.
And you got your appetite whet in this whole digital marketing funnel game. So now take us on the ride. All right, Leandros, tell us about how Systeme.io and the funnel world, where you are now and how it has literally changed your life from I want to live with financial freedom, travel the world, and now what, 5 years later, you're doing it? Is it even
Yeah,
5 years later?
it's like 4 years. I'm
Four.
23 right now. Yeah,
4 years later,
yeah,
traveling the world. What happened? How did that one funnel lead to being a world traveler?
it's been a ride. It's fun story because at that time, as I told you, network marketing was my safe bet. But uh, most of the months, like pretty much out of 3 years, I could never do more than 1.5K, like 1,500 euro, because in Greece we have euro, per month. So for me, it was like insane with those statistics that I told you before. For my first funnel, I did around 1.5K in 48 hours. Because after I did the live webinar on Sunday, the bonuses would expire on Tuesday. And my mind was literally blown. I remember I met with my best friend at the time, and I told him, because we were both in network marketing, I told him, guess how much I made so far, like 1 hour after the webinar ended. And he said, 100. And I showed him like the Stripe screenshot, 600
Yeah.
euro in like an hour. That was
Wow.
insane. So that funnel, it did great. After that, I turned it into an evergreen funnel. I recorded it. It's done like around 20K in revenue, nothing crazy, but I really liked it because it allowed me to dream and think about what I want. And the thing I've always wanted was to travel. I love traveling, going to new countries. And even when I didn't have a lot of money, I traveled. And then now that I am getting better, I'm traveling. And my biggest dream, like the craziest thing that I could have ever imagined, was moving to Bali. I don't know why, but Bali has this aura, it's like place, like a tropical place with digital nomads, entrepreneurs, online business owners, coaches, whatever. And it was like my dream. to go to Bali. And I remember at that time I wasn't even making stable money. Like I wasn't
Mhm.
okay. And I booked the tickets with my best friend at the time, the guy who was in the car with me after the webinar ended. And we just came. Like we came to Bali. We figured everything out. At that time, I turned my first webinar into an evergreen webinar. After that, I started getting like some consistent revenue every month that allowed me to do some more live webinars because I thought, hey, if it worked so great the first time, why not do it again, right? And I just
Yeah.
created more more offers, more webinars around the same topics, and they did well. They did very, very, very well. And the real, like the true freedom came from automated low ticket offers.
Okay.
So
Can you tell us about what kind of low ticket offers, what their topics are that are doing really well for you? You coming from a software background, are you going all in with just software? Or is it funnel building? Is it systems? Is it Facebook ads? I'd love to know like what's doing well for you.
you mean which niche?
Yes. Yes.
Ah, okay, okay. So I started with different things. Like I experimented. I did some like crypto products. I did
Mhm.
some personal finance, like how to get your finance in order, how to do affiliate marketing, and then I like transitioned more into how to build an online business. I've tried many different things, like many different niches about running, about learning Indonesian, believe it or not. I speak Indonesian. And many things anyway. But yeah, I think the main one, like the one that I'm known in Greece, is making money online, starting an online business and selling digital products. So the low ticket offer that really cracked the egg for me, and I was like, oh, here we have something. It was my ebook. I made an ebook. Uh, I I think I named it like how to make your first 10K online, something simple like that. And I sold it for 27 euro to a Greek audience. And I remember I just promoted it through my TikTok, my Instagram, and two videos on YouTube. And it was so well, like it was going, it was growing. And I had like 5K months, 7K, 10K months, 11K months. And that was the big, big, big thing for me at the time. I was like, damn, we are onto something, you know. And I just kept adding. Like I didn't want to change the main offer. That was my main offer. I
Mhm.
added more upsells, some downsells. So yeah, that was a shift. Ever since I've done more low ticket offers, but that was
Mhm.
the first one that started rolling everything into where we are today.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Because I just assumed, and that's what you get for assuming, it was immediately online business, but you running personal finance. So anyone who's listening, you really can kind of throw spaghetti at the wall a little bit, kind of see which hobby of yours or which
Yeah,
passion of yours is going to create that profit because that's what it is. You got to have a purpose, you got to have a passion, but if it's not profitable, is it
yeah,
worth your
it's
time to be
true.
doing? And so you found the most profitable, purpose driven passion. And so, how is System.io helping you do that today? Like, what is it inside the program? We know about the funnels, we know about webinars. I know that you mentioned before we got on that you're actually stepping into other international markets and other languages. So, there's one little function inside of System.io, the sub accounts. Are you using sub accounts? Like, do you have multiple System.io accounts? Is it one account? Like, how are you differentiating all your spinning plates within your online business now?
Yeah, it's a tough job because you want to have everything organized, right? So I have my main account, my Systeme.io account that I run my Greek funnels, like faceless funnels, low ticket offers, automated webinars, and I do have some sub accounts, which is an amazing feature. Like it's crazy good. But anyway, that's a different story. And I use the sub accounts mainly for organizing. So I will do my tests. I will do like new products, something that I want to see if it will perform well. I will try it in a sub account, and then I have a few other like different Systeme.io accounts, meaning under a different email. And I have also some funnels that I'm like partner in with different people. So we kind of
Mhm.
share those accounts.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so sub accounts, awesome. Making sure you have an organization system. Is there anything productivity wise you would give as a piece of advice for people? Because System.io is bare bones. It's giving you exactly what you need. But
Yeah.
is there anything inside of it that you love that keeps it organized?
Uh, I think I'm the last person that could speak about organization. Okay. Like I'm messy, but it's okay. Sometimes it works. But yeah, I
Oh,
think
I
the
like that too.
only, yeah, yeah, it's
Because
okay, I guess.
you don't have to have everything in order to still have
Yeah,
success, you know?
true, true.
And so some
Yeah,
people think I have to have A, B, C, D, but you're like, I kind of have a little here, and it works,
yeah.
you know?
I don't know.
Not
I'm
everyone
really
has.
skeptical towards all of those videos that show like 2 hour morning routine or work productivity tips or whatever. Because for me, productivity is just do what needs to be done. So it's the same with my funnels. I just focus on something, like one thing, and I say, okay, today I'm gonna finish the sales page or those emails. So yeah, my Systeme.io account is a little bit of a mess, like different things coming in, but it really helps that it's like so organized. Not me, but like Systeme.io is so organized, and they have everything like tags, the CRM, the filters, the courses, everything is nice and neat. So I don't need to worry too much about organization. I just worry about the important things, if it makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's it. Like System.io has given you the ecosystem to be organized enough that you don't
Yeah,
have to think too hard on those things if you don't want to, which I think is another
exactly.
selling point of the program, of the software, that I see the same thing. I don't want to have to go look for tags and analytics and statistics. It's all right there at my fingertips. So, with that being said, what kind of analytics and statistics do you look at now that you've been in it for 4 years? What is it specifically? Is it
Yeah.
conversions for the webinars? Do you use ads? I'd love to know what it is that you keep an eye on.
Okay. So basically, right now, what I'm doing is I'm focusing on conversion rates and average order value. Nothing else. Like, yeah, I do focus sometimes on email open rates, but I find that if you craft an irresistible offer, like something that people really want and are ready to get, and you know how to draw attention, it doesn't really matter that much like what emails you send or whatever. What really matters is the conversion rate. So, for example, I always launch a new product on my hot list first, meaning the people who are in my email list and the people who follow me on YouTube. And if I see a conversion rate above 7%, I know it's like a good statistic, I guess, good
Mhm.
metric. And later I will transition to social media content. I will see if the conversion rate sorry stays the same around 6 or 7%. I will push it with ads and more videos, more content. And if it remains above 5%, I will keep it. I know it's a keeper.
Okay.
I know it will perform well. And for average order value, I'm looking for a 30 to 40% bump increase from the main offer price. That's it. Simple.
Oh, wow. Okay. I really appreciate
Yeah.
that. So, when you talked about your hot list, you were saying people who have bought from you before and they come from your YouTube. So, you got buy in. Are you using tags inside of System.io to track that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So many. I've got so many tags for every different little step, like who bought the upsell, who scheduled the call, and it really helps. It's keeping everything organized, and yeah, it's really nice. I think that people are not using tags enough because
Mm.
I use tags a lot throughout my funnels. And after some time, when I want to promote a new offer, I can target specifically the highest quality leads or people from a specific webinar. So yeah, I use that as well.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're using the tags to segment them into different things, and then using that,
Yeah.
you have your own system to finally having an ongoing Facebook ad or meta ad that continues to lead to a high performing offer. Now, you said something about an irresistible offer.
Yes.
How do you make that? What is your ingredients? What does it have to be irresistible?
So yeah, the thing that most people don't understand is that uh, people don't respond to logic. They don't respond to which product or training or webinar is the best. They respond to emotions, feelings. So an irresistible offer is basically something that is too good to pass. So I try and focus 90% of my time uh, for like crafting my main offer into something that people can't say no. So the way to do that is very simple. You just choose a niche. Like the three main niches online is money, how to make money, how to grow money, how to save money, whatever. The second one is health, so how to look better, how to be thinner, how to whatever. And the third one is love. So how to date, how to approach, how to sustain a healthy relationship. And throughout these main like markets, you can find many different niches. So in the health space, a niche would be yoga at home. And you need to think, like have a little bit of empathy, I guess, and think what are these people dying to know? That's everything. Like if you can nail that, you have, I think, like 90% of the job done. So an irresistible offer would be basically their main number one problem. And if you can
Yeah.
give them a solution, most of the times they would be happy to give you some money, whatever you're asking.
Okay. So when it comes to your offers, what do you find performs the best? You mentioned an ebook. Your ebook did really well. You've mentioned live webinars, evergreen webinars, and you said there was an upsell for coaching, like a 1 hour call. What kind of products do you have in a list of like the best to the worst? Like which ones do you think are performing the best to the worst?
Okay, I will start from the worst. Easy. The coaching calls. So I
Mhm.
would do it because it's like an easy solution. Just offer a call for 30, 40, 50, 60 euros. But it's not automated. And my whole point was to make everything automated. So yeah, coaching calls is the last. And after that, I think like the second worst would be course bundles because they are too difficult to sell. Like trying to convince someone that they will get 5 courses or whatever. I'm trying to make my offers look like one bundle, something that is like done for you or
Yeah.
something that's ready made, whatever. So I would put that second worst. Now, the best I think it's like courses, courses, but like a singular course. I use a lot of challenge funnels, and that basically allows me to make courses, but courses that give someone the perspective of, oh yeah, I can do that in X amount of days. So I have
Mhm.
7 day, 7 day challenges, 24-hour challenges that sell real well, and other than that, I would say ready-made templates, like templates done for you for websites or like prompts for AI or ebook templates to make your own ebook. So yeah, I think that would be the range pretty much.
I love that because it actually went from the worst is the most complicated, most time intensive to probably the most simple approach. One problem, one solution, and low ticket offers, which you can do multiple low ticket offers and actually make financial freedom in your life.
Yes.
So, you mentioned in your bio that you really like to help people have a system over their influence, even though you know we're triggered by emotions. And that's what runs that irresistible offer. You need to have a
Yes.
system in place versus the influence. Can you explain that?
Okay. So what is a system and why my mentality is that it's better to have a system than to have like influence or following, whatever. So a system is basically something that can sustain itself up to a point. What does that mean? Even if like 1 or 2 months I'm not feeling well, or I just broke up or whatever, and I'm feeling blue, I don't want to engage with my funnels. If I have the right system, if I have something that works, my funnels will keep making money. Maybe not the same amounts of money, but I will never go broke again. That is a system. So a lot of people focus on the ads or the social accounts or the followers count, the views, whatever. And all of those are important, but nothing is as important as a system.
I find that really interesting. So you said you have a system approach. Can you give us like steps of the system?
Okay, so my process is really simple. Anyone can do it. So it starts with awareness. You build awareness by doing content on social media. I'm a big fan of content. And the reason is because it's free. I mostly work with beginners, and beginners, it's kind of tough for them to spend money for ads, and they don't even know if it will perform or they will lose money. So I always start simple with content. Doesn't matter if you don't want to show your face, you can do faceless content, you can do AI, slideshows, whatever you want. And after that, after you build like a base amount of followers, let's say 1,000 followers per platform, you want to make the irresistible offer that we said before. You want to make an offer so good that people can't help but say yes. And you do that by targeting the number one problem that they have, something that they know if they had this one thing, everything would be much easier. It doesn't matter if you're talking about how to make money or how to run faster, or how to learn, I don't know, Spanish, I guess. Anything can be turned into a nice offer. And after you have that nice offer, you make it extremely easy for people to buy in. So when you're doing content and someone sees you for the first time in their lives, they're not going to trust you. So they will see your videos again and again. They will follow you maybe. They're going to check out your sales page, and you need to make it easy to buy in. Your first product, your main offer cannot be like $100, 500 or 1,000. It needs to be something simple. $7, 20, 27. My favorite number is 27. 27. I always price my main offer at 27 euros or dollars or whatever. And I find that it's like a nice psychological level, that it's easy to buy in, it's easy to give that money, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like you're buying something useless. So you do that, you make it very easy for people to buy your product.
Okay, so you've got your offer, you want to solve a problem. So what's the next step? Like is there more to this? Like how do you get them from okay, they're interested, low ticket offer, now what?
Okay, so the main offer is like the entry ticket, you could say. After that, you need to have your order bumps ready, your upsells, your downsells. So the way I like to play it out is that I have my main offer usually priced at around 27 something, whatever currency, like dollars or euros or whatever. And then I have a cheap, too good to miss order bump. So it will be anywhere from $7 to $9 or something similar. And it will be something so good that the other person needs to be like super skeptical in order to not get it. And after that, I have probably like a done for you upsell, done for you templates or whatever, doesn't matter. And I have a downsell ready. So one of my most popular upsell downsell combos is like 17 done for you templates that they can plug into Systeme.io and go from there. And if they reject that, the downsell pair to that combo, it's like the 5 best pages. So you can do that. You can do a complimentary downsell that will still give you some sales, because most people are not ready to give you the big bucks from the get go. After that, I have usually around 2 more upsells and only one of them has another downsell. So it's total three upsells, two downsells that kind of fit each other. And that's what a lot of people call like the value ladder. So you have like small steps that you start with small offer, a low ticket offer, and you end up with more money. And after that, the final step to the value ladder would be emails. So I'm using emails to build trust, bring them to my other media like my YouTube channel or my Instagram or interviews like this one. And most of the times I'm also promoting, like I said before, back end offers, other webinars, new products, all of that good stuff.
Okay. So you can do all of this upsells, downsells, your value ladder. In my head, I'm in the grocery store with my kids and I see bubble gum and candy bars as I'm about to check out. And it's right there at their eyesight. So you do all of this inside the
Yes.
funnel system of Systeme.io.
So easy. Like I promise. People get so confused when I tell them that. But in System.io, you just have to like press a button. You don't even have to make it like in a visual funnel or whatever with other platforms. So easy. You just add the steps. It's exactly like you said. Super easy, super user friendly.
I love that. I absolutely love that. System.io really does have everything that you need, the fundamentals, but that the funnels, understanding the funnels, the value ladder that you just taught. Now, do you teach that on your YouTube? Do you share that information across all your, you know, offers?
Yeah. So my YouTube is Greek, of course. So the Greek market is not so advanced because, of course, it's a smaller market. And usually I don't teach all those things online because people in Greece, I've noticed that they ask for like a solution. Like, how can I do all of this? Yeah, yeah, you made a video about the main offer or the irresistible offer or the upsell, but how do I do all of this? And that's why I really love the challenge type funnels, not only in the Greek market, but everywhere, because they have a very low barrier of entry. They make it super easy to join, and they actually give you the steps to get started. So in my YouTube, in my social, I share I guess I
Hmm.
share some things, but it's like little nuggets, if you will.
Yeah, little nuggets. And you do it all in Greek. So can you talk to us about the international market as we start to like land the plane? Like tell us the projection. Are you going to do anything in
Yes.
English? Or are you going to stay in Greek? Like what are you going to
So
do?
yeah, right now I would say 80% of my presence and revenue is from the Greek market. I have like one or two funnels that use my face, my personal brand to run some challenges. And then I have a lot of faceless products, a lot of faceless challenges that are also in Greek. And the rest, the other 20% is Indonesian market, which is really huge and really untapped, and then international, like generally US, Australia, UK, Europe, and I'm planning on expanding more. So I would like to use my personal brand, like build maybe a channel, give more away for free because I know that, uh, you know, it's like in the Greek market, if I give so much away for free, people really don't see the value and they don't know how to utilize. But in the international market, in the US, for example, it's much easier to be appreciated. You know, you give info, you give value, and people are more likely to use it, utilize it. So I'm planning on doing that more.
That's really awesome. I'm excited to see what comes next for you, especially in the international market. And when you want to come on to the American industry, let me know. I'd love to have you featured around. And so,
Yeah.
ca-
Sure.
in one word, could you tell me what System.io or one sentence means to you?
So hard to answer because I don't want to sound like I'm glazing or something, but freedom, I guess, in one word, freedom, because you are free from expensive subscriptions and very difficult software. And on the other hand, it actually gives you the tools to chase your freedom and your dreams. At least that's what it did for me. So that would be it. Freedom.
That's awesome. Well, I think you may have already answered the next question. What is the gift that entrepreneurship has given you?
Yeah, I guess it's the same word. Like I would have never dreamed when I was 19, 18, 19, living in my dad's sub basement. What is a sub basement? In Greece, it's like a floor that is between the ground and the road, basically. So you are like half underground, half you have light, whatever. And I would have never dreamed at that time uh, that I could do all of the things I've done. Traveled to beautiful countries, met amazing people, call this place Bali my home, and offer nice like experiences for people I love. So yeah, that type of freedom, I don't think I would have been able to achieve it without funnels, without digital products, and without Systeme.io.
I love that. So, if someone is sitting on the edge of their seat, ready to go all in, what would you say to them to make them start the journey?
You have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. It's so simple. Like maybe 10 years ago, you would have needed like tens of thousands of dollars into advertising and a marketing team and developers and very nice idea to make a good product. But now with AI, with tools like Systeme.io, with your brain, because we're actually smarter now, like we have access to more information, more everything, like YouTube, podcast, everything. It's so, I wouldn't say easy, but it's so simple to do it. And you have nothing to lose. The worst case, you will risk $100 to run your ad, or you will risk some hours of your time trying to make content. And if it doesn't work out, you can just go back to what you knew, to your like comfort zone. But if it does work out, just imagine like the possibilities are endless. And I promise you, if you do it, if you're on the edge of your seat and decide to go all in, decide to be serious about this, in 3 years, you will not recognize your life. What right now is your dream, what right now is like your biggest goal that you never think you can do it because it's so difficult and so crazy. In 3 years from now, it will be boring because it will be your reality. So yeah, do it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Wow. I so appreciate this time that we've had together and that leaving people on that. You're right. You have everything to gain. So, thank you for being here. If anyone wants to
Yes.
connect with you, how can they find you after this episode?
I guess the easiest way to would be to leave some links down below because it's my name is kind of hard. So yeah, down down below in the description you can check out the links, connect with me, and thank you so much for having me here. It's a great honor. I cannot describe it enough. I know that sometimes it's really hard for me to express what I feel, but it's a huge honor. It's a great pleasure to have met you, Holly, and I hope that everyone watching this will start or they will grow and they will be next year.
Yep. So, hopefully, you who's listening or watching right now, you'll be the next guest on Success Stories with System.io. Until next time, keep creating.